I recently picked up two Moloco Santa Fe Bx-154 ACF 50-foot high cubes. The price tag for these is not for the faint of heart. They are $66.99 each. So I'll get these out of the boxes and we'll take a look at them. I'd like to give a quick shout out to Peter Engberg. He's a longtime friend of the family. Thanks for watching, Peter. I couldn't find a whole lot of information on the Santa Fe Bx-154 ACF 50-foot high cubes. Most of the information I have on these cars I got from the Moloco website, but I did get a little bit from the internet as well. ACF Industries started producing this exterior post design 50-foot high cube in 1971. These cars are from 1972, and ACF continued to develop these cars into 1974. This 1972 design uses the exterior post along with an interior lading band anchor that's attached directly behind the exterior post to give the walls of this car strength. Unlike some other high cubes from this time period that were generally 70-ton in capacity, these particular cars had a 100-ton capacity. These cars were designed for paperboard loading. Now, paperboard is the raw material that's used for manufacturing cardboard boxes. The height of the car was designed around paperboard roll lengths, whether a large single roll or stacked multiple rolls. The height dimension was designed so that these rolls could be loaded inside the car. At the time of manufacturing, in 1972, these cars exceeded the Plate C design spec, and from what I understand, the Plate C spec is 15 feet 6 inches, and that spec was derived from the height of bridges or other structures that would go over the top of railroad tracks. And I believe the height of these high cubes is 13 feet. These cars traveled throughout the entirety of the United States and Canada. On the side of this car, you'll notice the Super Shock Control logo. Now, Super Shock Control was Santa Fe's logo for their cushion control on their cars. Now, their cushion control was manufactured by Keystone, and it had a 20-inch cushioning length. Now, Santa Fe had a large stake in the manufacturing of these cushion control devices. And so you'll see Super Shock Control on a lot of Santa Fe cars from this time period. Take a look at how clear the stenciling is on this car. I mean, there's no way I'm reading that without magnification, but under magnification, it is clearly legible. Now, there's a lot to love about Moloco boxcars. In my opinion, these are the finest, ready-to-run boxcars that you can buy. And I think the one thing that I love most about these cars is just the incredible paint. Look at the paint. It is absolutely smooth as glass. The stenciling and the graphics are super crisp. It is just beautiful. We talked about this 50-foot high cube exceeding the Plate C spec earlier. And here you can see the graphic on the side of the boxcar that says it exceeds Plate C spec. And with cars from different railroads, I've seen this in different locations, but here it's plainly visible. Here we have more of the sharp and legible stenciling, including the manufacturer's logo. Show a lot of the mechanism for the door, where we have the linkage, we have the rollers, the track for the rollers. The rivet detail's not overdone. They're not super huge rivet heads. And just well done. We have the 3-plank tack board. We have the panels for the door panels where they're riveted, and a real high level of definition in the molding. So the molding's very sharp. The doors have a lot of separately applied parts, and so the 3D definition on the doors is just really good. And so the doors, along with the mechanisms, have a lot of depth. And I just love the rivet detail on these doors. So with the stenciling, the separately applied parts, the really good looking tracks, just look really, really good. Here we get a good look at the upper door track and the door stop. And I think Moloco did a good job on the roof overspray on these models. Some of the other Moloco boxcars I have, I think the overspray went a little bit too far into the roof, but I think these look pretty good. We get some really nice car end detail, the tack board, the rivet detail on the ladders, the photo etch crossover platform, the great rivet detail on the end of the car, the handrails, uncoupling lever, air hose. It all looks just really nice and highly detailed. At this angle, we get a look at the bracket for the trombone style uncoupling lever, the delicate stirrup steps, and the delicate rungs on the side of the car. Get a good look at the shock control draft gear box, the no-step stenciling, the KD couplers. Taking a look at the bottom of the car, we can see the Keystone shock control device and all the brake hardware. I love the underbody brake detail on these cars. And here you can see the linkage, the chain, and then the angle, and then the chain back to the brake hardware underneath the car. And it's all highly detailed. I just absolutely love the detail. And here we see the Keystone cushioning device, the shock control device, and the bottom of the floor, the detail on the bottom of the car floor. And here, check out the bracket on the draft gear box. You see the bracket with the bolt detail, and then you got a rivet detail underneath the car end. It's absolutely phenomenal. Well, these cars are just absolutely gorgeous. And as good looking as these cars are, we should probably get them out on the layout and give them a test drive. Moloco Santa Fe Bx-154 50-foot high cube boxcars. They are pretty darn nice. Now Tangent makes some beautiful pieces of rolling stock. But when it comes to boxcars, Moloco is the king. These cars are not inexpensive. They are $67 a piece. Now, I freely admit I am a big Moloco fan. And if they come out with something in a paint scheme that I really like, well, I'm just going to get it. They're the best RTR boxcars that you can buy. So, I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you come back and join me again.